we're diving into the evolution of the Russian military, and the story of the Russian military begins with the Soviet Union, established in 1922 after the Russian Revolution. The Red Army, as it was known, played a crucial role in consolidating Soviet power and defending the new state during the Russian Civil War. During World War II, the Soviet military became one of the largest and most powerful forces in the world. The Red Army's contribution to the defeat of Nazi Germany was immense, enduring some of the war's heaviest casualties but ultimately capturing Berlin in 1945. This victory solidified the Soviet Union's status as a global superpower. In the post-war era, the Soviet military experienced massive buildup during the Cold War. The Soviet Union and the United States engaged in an arms race, leading to significant advancements in military technology. The Soviet military focused heavily on building a large and diverse arsenal, including tanks, aircraft, and naval vessels. One of the key components of Soviet military power was its tank armies. The T-34 tank, famous for its role in World War II, was succeeded by more advanced models like the T-54, T-62, T-72, and eventually the T-80. These tanks became symbols of Soviet military might, forming the backbone of their ground forces. The Soviet Air Force, or VVS, also saw significant development. Aircraft such as the MiG-15, MiG-21, and MiG-29 fighters, as well as strategic bombers like the Tu-95, showcased the Soviet Union's ability to project power. The space race further highlighted Soviet advancements in missile technology, with intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, becoming a key part of their nuclear strategy. Nuclear capabilities were a major focus. The Soviet Union tested its first atomic bomb in 1949, quickly developing a formidable nuclear arsenal. The concept of mutually assured destruction (MAD) defined the Cold War, with both the Soviet Union and the United States possessing the capability to annihilate each other in a nuclear conflict. The Soviet military wasn't just about hardware. It also involved extensive military doctrines and strategies. The emphasis was on mass mobilization and the ability to conduct large-scale operations. Military education and training were rigorous, with institutions like the Frunze Military Academy and the Voroshilov General Staff Academy producing highly skilled officers. However, the Soviet military faced challenges as well. The rigid command structure and political interference often hindered flexibility and innovation. The focus on quantity sometimes came at the expense of quality, with conscripted soldiers often lacking adequate training and morale. By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union was facing economic difficulties, and maintaining such a vast military became increasingly unsustainable. The war in Afghanistan from 1979 to 1989 further drained resources and exposed weaknesses within the Soviet military system. In 1991, the dissolution of the Soviet Union marked the end of an era. The once mighty Red Army was divided among the newly independent states, with Russia inheriting the bulk of the Soviet military assets. This period of transition set the stage for significant changes in the Russian military that would follow in the subsequent decades.